I find myself in the funny position. I thought I was going to stop at show 60. It was the goal. 60, 61-hour episodes. This is great. This is the goal. And I pretended I was going to reach a state of nirvana by the time I reached 60, and I didn't. I played Nirvana on the show instead, but never got there. I'm at 285 now, and that's one of the reasons. One thing, I can't stop. It's become such a happy part of my week. It's a time I look the most forward to when I can leave my work, my children, my wife, all my responsibilities, the real world, and just go and be by myself and reconnect with who I was when I was a 21-year-old hitchhiking around Europe, or whoever I want to. It's very much a reflective process. And I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to do. And again, in this busy world, I know everybody here would find you don't have the time to do that kind of thing. Connect with who you are. So a lot of mine is very much self-reflection and self-indulgent, and that's why I don't go looking for listeners. A lot of people might be quite bored listening in on what's going in my own head. But I also do it, I felt I never got to know the inside of who my own father was as much as I would have liked. And he's long gone, and I realized, gee, by doing this every week, pouring out what's going on in my mind, how do I feel, what are my feelings, what are my dreams, my goals, there's so much. I really do put my heart and soul into my podcast. I'm quite sincere in what I do. It's a legacy that's going to be left behind, and if my children one day want to know more about who their dad was, he's there. Or if they have children and they want to know who was the grandpa, because I'll be long dead, I got married late, my voice is out there somewhere, and I'm kind of happy about that. That's sort of wasn't the main goal to start with, but it's sort of an added bonus.
Well, you know, that's kind of strange. That's one reason I listen to Scarborough Dude's show, is because he's about the same age as my dad, and my dad never talks about anything. So it's like my proxy dad. It's kind of neat. It's like there's got to be some similarities in there, right?
I have a few sons in the audience too.
I actually want to start recording my dad and mom, because my dad's 70 now, my mom is 68. I would love to sit down and record just about 10 or 12 hours with them, just talking about anything. Because afterwards, you know, my sister's son, who's like 3 years old now, we can finally have that archive. I mean, beyond pictures, you don't remember somebody's voice unless you hear it again. So I mean, I actually want to sit them down next time I'm with them and just talk.
Anthony, I've done that. Yeah. I did that a year before my mother passed away. We had a big party for her, and I just recorded her talking. Yeah. It's wonderful to have that.
I only want to say this because they're in the room. Do your kids. Record your kids as soon as they can talk, and keep recording them every year. Seriously, it's invaluable.
We already bought a domain name.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yeah. I have reel-to-reels of me and my dad from like, that are sitting somewhere, and they're awesome. And every year on Canada Day, me and my son do like an hour of just who are your friends, what do you like, and they're great. They're like little awesome podcasts.
Yeah, I'd just like to add before we close, anybody who lives in the Toronto area, second Tuesday of every month, we have what we call live podcaster night. You can actually sit in on a Vinyl Countdown if you like, or any other show, or a Gap Edge, especially at the Imperial Pub.
We can Skype you in.
You could if you wanted to. I think I'd rather just show up and buy us beer, but it's a great event.
If you live in Toronto, you have to come, but if you don't live in Toronto, that's true.
It's like an open mic for podcasters.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of new friendships have been formed.
I'm always there, ladies.
That's right.
You gotta get laid.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.